Hey friends, welcome back to Guitar Quackery Live. We are here, live streaming. Okay, my second live stream today. So we have something wild on the bench. It's a wild, as in the brand name Wild guitar. And we are doing a live stream, which means I can send a link to the customer. Ooh, let me see. So, same customer. So we had this guitar on the bench already at some point. Oh, look at that. Dr. Aficionado's already here. So now we're doing something else. So we were doing 3D scanning of the soundboard and rehumidification and that sort of thing. And now it's not on the same playlist because the playlist was about 3D scanning, and this is not about 3D scanning. This is about a nut repair. So I just didn't even put it on the playlist. It's going to be its own separate thing. And we are going to use this. Is this working? Yeah, I've used it before on live streams. And right now it's charging. Okay. So we're going to do a tooth filling on this guitar. It's a bone nut, and it's too low. So that's the thing. The nut should be as low as possible, but not too low. And this one is too low. So 3 strings are low, but 1 string is problematic. Let me show you first. Okay. So I was doing a live stream of a left-handed Strat Fender made in Japan, and I had to kind of rush through the end of it because I was waiting for a customer. I said new customer. No, it was not a new customer. It was a pre-existing customer that came back for more. But this time he only got a consultation. Okay, and then another customer picked up a bass. That was interesting. I installed a bypass switch on a Yamaha TRBX 305 active bass because it only plays in active mode. It doesn't have a bypass switch. Silly. So, yeah, if you're going to have an active bass, you want to have a bypass switch so that if the battery runs out, you can just switch it over to passive, and that is going to disconnect the EQ system. No big deal. At least it will work without a battery or with a dead battery. Or if the battery is getting depleted, you can get a lot of distortion, you know, through the preamp, a lot of clipping, and you can just switch it to passive mode, and that takes care of that as well. Or if you just want to play it in passive mode. Oh, we have 2 more viewers. Okay, this channel is happening. After a year of service, I already have 370 subscribers. Okay, Wild guitar. Here it is. On the workbench. Okay. It looks wild, and it is wild. Oh, I got to remove the whatchamacallit thingy. So that's the let me focus. Truss rod cover thing. Am I in manual focus? Okay, automatic focus. Okay, so let's remove the truss rod cover because we'll be fixing the nut. Okay. So, oh yeah, let me first show you the problem. I am going to use a feeler gauge, a very thin one. I call it the onion skin. So it's 20 microns thick, or 2/100ths of a millimeter. So it isn't 0, right? But if I go like this, you see the B string? It really doesn't want to fit through. Now, if I try the D string, it fits through. If I try the A string, it fits through. It's missing the low E, but you can see, right? Now, the G string is also low. You see that? And so is the high E. But only the B is buzzing. So I think these two are probably, you know, at 0 in terms of relief. And this one is probably below 0. So 0 meaning as if the nut was a 0 fret. It can't be below. You know, to be honest, it could be a little bit below if you still have that kind of space, all right? But I like to say that it can't be below 0. But it's not really true. So we are going to do a dental composite filling. So let me show this for those who just joined our live stream. Okay, UV dental composite. The battery is charged. Okay, and we need to prep the whole thing. So let's remove this. I see that these strings are likely to damage the headstock veneer. So I want to take care of that as well. Sorry, a customer or potential customer, I had to turn him down, is texting me back. Thank you so much for taking the time to respond to my message and insight into the nature of the repair. I will try and contact the person that you recommended. Just out of curiosity, do you have any idea of the retail cost of this guitar when it's in good condition? So let me just reply to this. Sorry, I do not, period. All right. Okay. Yeah, you got to be nice to people, but I don't know. The retail cost, I don't know, because I'm not a dealer. Okay, can you hear me fine? I think you can, right? 1, 2, testing. Okay, so we have this here. So now let me put the switcher back. Okay, here it is. So we have these strings like that. So I just want to remove this. So it's bent towards the headstock veneer. I don't like that. So I don't want to scratch the guitar. You know, let me see. Okay. How about this? All right. You see? Okay. And then there's this string, same thing. I know some people bend the strings like this, I guess for safety, of the fingers. But you got to think about the guitar as well. Okay. All right. So that's that. Now it's a little sharp. I can bend it a little bit. Look at that. It's still too long. I hate stabbing myself in these. It flew off. Okay, whatever. It's exactly what I was trying to avoid. Now it's somewhere here. And I don't want to scratch another guitar. So let me pick it up with a magnet. If I find it. Who knows what that is? It's not here. Nope. Okay, I'll leave the magnet here as a reminder. I will find it later. Okay, so let's have a look at that B string slot. And let's see what we can do. So it's going to be a dental composite filling. Oh, you know what? I wanted to remove the truss rod cover. Okay. I got sidetracked. I'm too old for this. You know, I was just thinking about retirement today, and I don't think I will ever retire. Kind of like, I think sometimes when people retire, you know, the body slows down, the energy slows down, and I don't know. We'll see. I'm not at the retirement age yet, but obviously it's coming. Okay, which channel here? You see? Old age. This channel. This camera. So, this screw is right here, which is why I need to remove the string. Alright. Let's put it back. And then we have the A string as well. So yeah, I was talking about during the previous live stream to do a, well, I said weekly live stream called Ask the Tech. I think I could do weekly, but I could start as monthly. I think Aficionado suggested that. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta think about it. And I had another idea, and now I can't remember what it was. See, again, old age, right? What was my idea? That was a good idea. It'll come to me. Okay, so this is what we have. Why is it out of focus? That's much better. Okay, so the string is nice and tight. As you can see, it's scalloped. I don't know why, but yeah, it's scalloped. I honestly don't know why they do this. I've seen this before. And now let's remove the string. And let's zoom in a little bit. Amazing. We get to see everything. So we need to clean up or clean out the surface so that the composite material binds to the surface. And that's rule number one of any glue joint or any kind of, like we're doing here, kind of like, yeah, I don't know what I would call it, glue joint. Surface preparation. So I'm going to do that with a diamond nut file. So we want to remove as little material as possible. I like to say as little as possible, but as much as needed. I have my diamond files here. They're right here. It's safe here. This is soft. Now, maybe a 17 gauge file will do the trick. Well, let's have a look. So, does it fit all the way to the bottom? Yeah, pretty much. So now, initially, I'm going to file it even lower. And this is already too low, right? And here, if I zoom in all the way, you can see a shiny witness point right there. It ends here, it starts here. So that's where the string is pushing down on the bone. So we're gonna have to file it down a little bit lower. Maybe I should zoom out and clean out all that dirty stuff. So right now I actually want to start at an angle like this so that I'm hitting the back end, because I want to remove that stuff that kind of looks dark. And this is now not even affecting how the string is seated, because we didn't have a shiny surface at the back, so the string is never really pushing down onto the material at the back of the nut. But I just want to first remove all that dirty stuff from the back of the string slot, starting from from about 1/3 into the string slot. And we want to maybe use this brush, clean the file. I don't want to rush this job, because whenever I try to do something rushed, I always end up messing up. Then I need to redo it, and then it takes longer. So we're just going to do one filling. That's what I discussed with the customer, because the other strings, although they're really, really low, they play fine. But this one's buzzing. It's hitting the fret when you play the open B string. Mm-hmm. I do have compressed air, which we'll need. Let's see, 6 viewers. Okay, only 1 like. Oh, don't forget, guys. And you can also post comments in the chat and or in the comments section. That's how you help the channel grow, because then YouTube sees that that those are real viewers, right? Because they post comments. And then it suggests this content to more people, and then the channel grows, and then I can continue doing it, because otherwise it's kind of hard to continue if no one's watching, or if only a few people are watching. So I post educational content because that's what it's all about, education. You gotta share the knowledge. Focus, focus. So I'm still cleaning out. So it's important to remove all the dirt and stuff so that we have a nice clean surface for the composites to stick to. Yeah. Okay. And you know what? I still can't remember what it is that I wanted to say about the channel, about this channel. Something about live streaming. Okay, so it was the weekly Ask Your Tech podcast. Not really a podcast. Oh, something else. I'm sorry, I'm falling asleep. All right. Wake up. So I wonder if that's clean enough. I'm gonna have to look closer. By the way, I have humidifiers inside of this. Don't really need them now. And there's another humidifier inside of the bag. So during my first live stream today, I mentioned my idea about the Ask a Tech idea. And then after I was done streaming, I realized that there was this other idea I wanted to talk about, and I forgot to mention it during the live stream. I said, okay, if I do another live stream today, I'll talk about it then. And now I just can't remember what it is. So, Dr. Huckleberry, Magic Hound, says, "What's up, Doc?" Somehow I feel there's more people YouTubing how to tweak versus learning about what creates music. How to twerk, you know, how do you say that? Well, I try to do, this thing that I'm doing. So far, I think I'm the only one that's actually doing live streams from a repair shop, although Anquendor Guitars from, I think it's from the Netherlands, right? He does do live streams from his shop, but he builds guitars, so it's different. It's also challenging to do what he's doing, obviously. But guitar repair, I take some risks with these live streams, because I'll be perfectly honest with you, every now and then I damage guitars. And, if it happens during a live stream, There's no way to sanitize it. But at the same time, I work with, my customers. If it cause any damage, full disclosure, and then we deal with it. So in a way, if I do damage the guitar during a live stream, it's better than if I damage it secretly. At least I can just say, okay, we can look at this together, let's see what happened, and let's talk about it. Because accidents will happen. You cannot avoid them. You can just, deal with the situation and choose how you're going to deal with the situation. So I will use some water on the nut, and some water is going to spill on the fingerboard. So I want to seal off this part, and I'm going to put another piece of tape here. Now here it's not too critical because the lacquer is going to, is protecting the wood grain. But here we have open wood grain. Although we have this truss rod thing open here. So maybe I want to cover that so that the water doesn't go inside the little truss rod cavity. Man, it's bothering me now because I can't remember what it was that I wanted to talk about. It was something interesting. It was an interesting idea I wanted to share, I guess. I guess that's what it was. I hate when that happens. All right. Just like that. Okay. So we can have a little bottle of water here. And obviously I'm going to... you see, I shouldn't have put the string back because now I'm contaminating the string slot. So now I need to clean it again. Although I don't know, I'm not sure if I was actually done cleaning. Let's zoom in a little bit. Looks pretty clean. So it's a bone nut, and dental composites work well on bone because it's a material that's very similar to the enamel on the teeth. So now this string slot is definitely too deep, right? Okay. We have this. Now we need to start prepping the surface. So I'm going to squirt a little bit of etching solution there, but I need to prepare some water here with a pipette. Is that the one for water? Yeah. And tissue paper. If I don't fall asleep. And I keep thinking about what it is that I wanted to say. I I need to stop thinking about it and it'll come back to me. And you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking I should remove these two strings as well out of the way. So, although I'm not fixing the other two string slots, I just want to move the strings out of the way. Okay. So where's the etchings? You see, I'm sleepy. That's not the etching solution. This is the composite filling. So some people do this, you know. I do a lot of unique things here, but this isn't unique to Guitar Quackery. I know some other luthiers and repair technicians that use dental composites. And in fact, they gave me some advice on how to work with dental composites, which was really helpful. Okay. I wanna know if this is clean enough. Yeah, I think so, because I don't see any more dirt. We don't want to have any oils from lubricants or whatnot. Too much light. And let's zoom in all the way and look at the bottom. Okay, too much light. Okay, so now we want to use the etching solution. Etch, it says right there, Dr. DX Etch. And we are going to squirt some into the string slot. So this will prepare the surface Okay, so we want it to come in contact with the bottom. And how do we make sure? Well, I think I can take a string and just push it in. Just like that. And you can see air bubbles, and that's good. That means that the acid is etching into the bone. So that's part of the surface preparation that we are now doing. And the reason why I'm moving it like this is just to make sure that the entire surface is covered but you can see the bubbles. So if this was a plastic nut, we wouldn't be seeing any bubbles at all. Or if this was a composite nut or whatever, we see it because it's bone. I think it's etching away the calcium. I'm not sure. So now we want to clean up. We have these. Oh, look, I could have used this thing to push like that. So now I'm going to use it to remove it, and like that. And we want to flush it with water. So that's water. Okay. Just flushing it. And I don't want to neutralize it with anything that's alkaline, like baking soda or anything like that, because that introduces another pH level that I don't know if that's a good idea or not. I'm just flushing it. So if this was my mouth, or your mouth, we'd be flushing it with a whole lot of water. But because it's a guitar, I guess less. Okay. I think that's fine. And now I place this here, and I'm going to blow some compressed air. Okay. And we can let it dry for a minute. Where are the cookies? All right, so I don't need the water now. Any more? No, no more water, yeah. Let's put the etching solution away right here. What's next? The bonding solution. So the bonding solution is this. It says bond right there, DX bond 5, DX bond 5. So this is UV curable or light curable. So we only need a less than a drop of it. And I am going to use one of the applicators to apply some. And then we want to wipe it off and then cure it. So we only need one dot, one drop. And now because the light from the microscope is shining, we want to kind of hurry up. You see, this is too big. So we want to use this. And we want a thin layer. So the way that I'm going to accomplish that in this case is I'm going to wipe it. So this isn't wet, no water here, right? And I'm just going to kind of keep removing and dry it off. Maybe the top. Okay. This is just the bonding solution, so it's not used as a filler. Okay. So we just want it a little moist at the bottom. And now we hit it with the UV light. and that's it. For 20 seconds. Okay. Now it's sticky. And that's how we want it. So we don't want to wipe it now. We want it to be sticky. So if I touch it now, I would ruin it. So we want it to be sticky, because next thing we'll do is we'll squeeze some of the composite filling. So let me just get it started here. All right. Okay. And now here inside, which is here. It is important that it sinks all the way to the bottom. I'm not even worried about the backhand too much, but we do need this thing to sink all the way to the bottom, which is why I am going to use, once again, this thing to push it down, get all the air pockets out, all the air bubbles. Oh, I forgot to put a little tape on the front. Maybe I can still do this. I forgot. Okay. So, right here. And now we push it against this. That didn't work out too well. That's it. Okay, it'll be fine, I think. Just like that. And now we hit it with the UV light. So I want to move the microscope away so I can hit it from above. So I am not looking at this directly. I have the orange filter, or I can look at the monitor just like you're looking. Obviously, the monitor is not going to produce these wavelengths, which are harmful to the eyes. Okay. And obviously, I would never look through the optical system at this wavelength. So this is what we see. Yeah, so because I forgot to put this, I think I might want to redo the tip, the front. There's a piece of lint here. See, the surface wasn't prepped at the front of the nut, so it doesn't stick to that quite as well. I want to push it like this. And what I want to do now is just put a little bit, just one small drop of it right here. That's it. That's too much. And I can maybe remove some. And that's way too much. I see some bubbles, so I want to remove them. Okay. And this thing from the surface. I guess that's okay. Maybe this way. That's fine. All right, so it's on a 20-second timer now. It's fascinating. Okay. So they make goggles, or you can just look through this filter. Same thing. Or I can look at the monitor. Even better. One more time. Yeah. I did see a dentist about a month ago, and he was doing this in my mouth. And I told him, hey, I do the same thing on guitars. I do what you do. And I know what you're doing. So you better do it right. You can't skip the etching solution or the bonding solution, because I'll know. Well, he didn't skip. Okay, so let me put this away. And now we just need to file it down. Okay. So sometimes this works, and sometimes it's not a big deal if I have to redo it. Okay, like that. Keep it in the dark place. Okay, that's that for now. Okay, I'm still going to use a 17 gauge file. Yeah, because that's the one I would use anyway for this string. All right, so let's put the strings back. So we have the G string. Where is it? Here. And then we have our B string and the E, the high E. See, I'm not sure why they scalloped the nut, but they did. Kind of gets in the way of doing this work. Okay, and now we can look at it. This is what we see. So we have some cleaning up to do, and now obviously it's too high, so I forgot to remove this tape. We really need to remove this tape and expose the first fret. So we have too much light. So that's too high now. That's the way I wanted it. Not a big deal. It's not at full tension yet, but we need to do a little preliminary pass. So you can see how it looks kind of sweaty. That's by design. So anything that's exposed to oxygen doesn't cure. And that's by design, so that when you put a second layer or a third layer, etc., that it bonds to the bottom layer, right? So that's how they made it. And now I'm just shaping it slowly. So this is a much better filling if we do it right. And you know, it's possible to do it wrong, obviously. Just like a filling can fall out. That just happens. But if we do it right, it's a much better filling than the old baking soda and super glue trick, or super glue and bone dust trick. If you think about it, these are made to survive in a constantly wet environment, and you know, we chew and we bite, and this just needs to hold a string. So it can handle that for sure. You know what? I'm going to hit it with this one more time, just in case. It's still too high, but my dentist also does more than 20 seconds, so they must know something. There must be a reason. So that's a filling for the nut. Next time we'll do a root canal or a crown. Okay, done. All right. Let's see. I mean, it looks good. Now I just file it like any other string slot. See, there's the dust accumulating in the back. So we can blow it. And always clean the file. So this is in the way. So it's still too high. I'm expecting it to be too high. I mean, we put quite a lot, relatively speaking. I'm going to remove this now. So there's this little thing on the front that I do want to remove or in kind of clean up. All right, I think we're good. All right, let me check the height. It's nice and low now. Let me measure it. So it's about 100 microns. I like it to be between 20 and 50. So now the question is, do I want to file it now or after I do, because I'll do a little fret work on this guitar. I mean, I will do my standard fret dress. I mean, that's technically removing material. I mean, we're talking about microns. Yeah, so I think I'll do that. I mean, you know, this looks good. We see it here, so okay, and we have a little space which I can show you. So we didn't have this space before, you see? And like I said, we have a little more. So we have 100 microns, and you know, a lot of guitars are just like that, and they're fine. I just like to get it a little bit lower. So even if we left it this way, I mean, this string would be just fine. But because the E and G are touching the fret, when we measure the relief, not for the action, right? I want to get it lower. But I am going to first, you know, do a full fret dress, and then when I put the new strings on, I'm going just to touch up this one string slot. And it'll be fine. And like I said, even if I left it this way, no one would ever know. This is, you know, microscopes here and stuff. Okay. 1 hour. Oh, look at that. And 35 seconds. Well, took a little longer than I wanted, but I'll be fine. So, friends, how many of you are still watching? 4. And I got 6 likes. And I had 6 viewers at its peak, around 7 p.m. Okay. All right. I feel like I need to rest for a few minutes. And I think this is going to be our last live stream today, unless I change my mind. I don't know. I always keep changing my mind. But I am not going to do the rest of the job I'm not going to be live streaming the rest of the job because it's, you know, this was just a nut repair live stream about the nut, and we've accomplished that with this live stream. Okay, friends, take care. And I still can't remember what it is that I wanted to talk about. Something about the live streams. I need to write it down so next time it's on a post-it note. And if I do remember, maybe I will do another live stream just to talk about it. But I don't know. Don't count on it. Okay? So thank you very much, and I'll see you soon-ish.